Hello everyone, Carlos here. Welcome to the first tech brief for 2025. Yeah, just like last year, we're going to be starting with edge devices. We have a 0-day for Fortinet FortiGate. This one is with CVE 2024-55591. This is a critical authentication bypass vulnerability. It has a CVSS score of 9.6. It is affecting both FortiOS and FortiProxy. It's being actively exploited in the wild. One of the things that we're seeing is that attackers are gaining super admin privileges by just exploiting Node.js WebSocket module on the appliance itself. Once they're able to have that access, what Fortinet's sharing in terms of IOCs is that there is a suspicious JConsole login. And one of the things that we were also seeing were a bunch of spoof IP addresses. Fortinet shared this, but they did not make any note in the original advisory to not block those IP addresses. I'm going to put a list of those IP addresses right now for you to screen. And yeah, you might think that they should have put a warning there because a lot of admins out there don't know that a loopback address, well, they could not be admins if they didn't know that one. The other IP addresses are for public DNS services that which affect the performance of the environment itself if those were blocked. The main IP address that was seen by the attacker was 4555.158.47. We also saw 155.133.4.175 and also 37.19.196.65. What was going on is that once they gain access to the system, they start creating random username and passwords as admins on the box to then connect to it. Fortinet is recommending that you upgrade to the latest version of FortiOS version 7.0.17 or to FortiProxy 7.0.20. Also disable HTTP. HTTP is administrative interface to the internet. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of customers that are actually just isolating those as they should, not access to the internet. The most budget solution that I've seen so far is that they'll put it over into a VLAN. They'll put a device in that VLAN where they will install either WireGuard or Tailscale, and then they're able to just VPN into the admin interface. That way, environments that have spent a bit more time, what they do is that they set up a NATing firewall with a jump server behind it, so they're able to connect to the devices themselves, but the devices cannot connect back to the jump box if they initiate that traffic. And just to make it even more secure, they are also implementing PVLANs for each one of the different IP addresses of the devices are managed. So if somebody gains access to one of them, they're not able to connect to the others. Stuff for you to consider as you're implementing this in your environment. Now, CISA did mandate federal agencies that they need to patch this by January 21st. So this is an important one for federal agencies out there. Also, following up with Fortinet, we are seeing that somebody leaked the configuration of 15,000 FortiGate firewalls. This is from 2022, this leaks, and they were using the CVE 2022-4684. Now, what happens is that a lot of places out there do not change their passwords. Those passwords are there for many years, as I've seen in audits. In addition to that, to incident response. And I doubt that a lot of places are actually collecting those logs for that period of time and are able to check. So if you had one of these devices exposed out to the internet and you did patch, I would recommend that you start performing threat hunting exercises in your environment. The leaked data includes username, passwords, includes device management certificates, firewall rules. There's a list of IP addresses of all of those devices that were affected. I'm going to include a link to that source so you can check if one of those IP addresses belongs to your organization. And if it does, I highly, highly recommend that you start performing threat hunting exercises. If not, at TrustedSec, we do have one expert, Justin Vicario, when it comes to threat hunting that may help you set up a threat hunting program. I had to do the plug. I love Justin. Another vulnerability that we are seeing that is actively being exploited out there, this one's for Ivanti. And there's two main vulnerabilities, and one of them is actively being exploited. So we have 2025-0282 and also 2025-0283. The one that is for 0282 is the one that is being actively exploited out in the wild. Affects Connect Secure, Policy Secure, CTA Gateway. There's patches available, but some of the patches, in typical Ivanti way, they're going to be available in January 21st. This is one of the main reasons that I complain so much about Ivanti. As vulnerabilities come out, patches are staggered when they are coming out. So this means that you are actually exposed until those patches are available, even though they're being actively exploited. Mitigations sometimes don't work. Yeah, Ivanti. One of the reasons that now we see federal agencies are no longer allowed to use this product. But if you're still using this product, please do patch and do look at the advisory and start taking mitigations. Also, given that this is coming out at the middle of January, that means Patch Tuesday. And this was the largest Patch Tuesday since 2017. We have 157 CVEs. Good way to start the year. We have 8 0 days. 3 are being exploited currently in the wild, and 5 have been disclosed, and vulnerabilities are being put out there. And researchers are putting papers on those. So, yeah. The main ones that CISA and other experts have been warning and telling people to patch, both in the federal government in the United States and also by other experts in the industry, are CVE-2025-21333 and CVE-2025-21334. This ones affect Windows Hyper-V anti-kernel integration VSP. Federal agencies have to patch by February 4. This is critical, specifically for data centers, cloud providers, even enterprise environments. Why? Because one of the things that happens is that many IT people are actually running Hyper-V in their workstations to be able to have VMs for testing, also secure VMs to do remote management of systems. Another thing that actually happened was that VMware brought up their prices, that they got acquired by Broadcom. A lot of environments out there in the enterprise are migrating to other platforms, either Red Hat, KVM, Nutorix, and many other vendors. And one of this is actually Hyper-V. So we're seeing that the Hyper-V implementations in enterprise environments is a lot higher nowadays. So it's very important that you check your inventory of services and you check if you have Hyper-V. And if you have Hyper-V on the desktop or the server, please do patch, because the potential impact is VM access, manipulation, data theft. It allows for lateral movement and also for disruption of the services by just bringing Hyper-V down, which would then bring all of the VMs associated to it. And I'm seeing the very bad habit in many productions environments that domain controllers are visualized, which means that a vulnerability like this can really cause quite a bit of disruption in addition to other critical business services that may be out there. So yeah, so this is the Patch Tuesday for now. There were other vulnerabilities, but not as critical as this ones that I was able to see. But as always, make sure that you do proper vulnerability scanning across your entire environment. Make sure that you identify those vulnerabilities. Do your proper analysis based on how exposed would those devices be. Also, where do they fit in your business, and patch accordingly. So again, I hope that you like this tech brief, and I'll see you guys in the next one.